All right, hello everyone, and welcome to Some Slay. I'm going to be starting a series where I go through all of these maps from A to Z. There's quite a few, and a lot of them I've never played just because I've never really made it off this first page here. So we're going to start with Adab on Master. If you don't know the way the game is played, each of these little territories with the light green is my people. Each of them with a flag can afford to buy something. You can see that on the right here we have savings, income, wages, and a balance. So it's got a balance of 15, which adds up from the savings from 12 from the game start, which I believe that is 4 per starting territory. So you can see this one I have selected has 3 starting territories. So it gets 4 income at the start of the game per territory, and then 1 income throughout the game each turn for each territory it has. Now I can spend my money on dudes or castles. So we're going to start with a little dude, which we're going to use this guy to link up my territories here. Which each little dude I believe is 10. And the castles, I don't remember. And of course, we have an undo and an undo all up here, which I don't intend to make too much use of because it doesn't feel quite right. So what we're going to do is get some more of my territories here connected, just so that we can increase our income quite a bit. And I generally find a decent strategy for this game is that you get a massive territory. And then you kind of work out from there. So we always get the first turn. Okay, so these guys are worth 10 because this guy can afford 10. Can afford 1. So once we end our turn, all of the AI is going to get a turn, which is going to... they're going to try to encroach on my territory as much as they can. Now, as you can see, I would like to connect this territory with this one here, but I can't because these peasants can't invade another person's territory next to the hut. I would need to upgrade them, which I'll show you here probably next turn. Another good thing to note is that each little dude that I make is going to decrease my income by 1. Which I don't have a great way to show you aside from the fact that the income on this particular territory went down by 1 when I connected them. But it's going to go up once I deselect it. Now, as I hit in turn here, you can see that the game goes through and moves for all of the people. The little groaning noise, I believe, is when some trees grow. If you have trees in a territory, they aren't going to create anything. So the next thing I'm going to do, I think, is we're going to this guy brown here on the left or dark green here. Well, I guess I could just call this green. It's going to be a problem. So one of the things you can do, and it's not really going to work well here, is a big strategy is going to be to divide up my opponent's territories. So if we take, I'm not going to do this, but if we take this guy, we combine him here to make a knight. Now, knights can move in on these houses. That is loud. Hold on. Oh, well, that's annoying. So what that effectively does is it removes the territory that he was on. It also removes all of their savings. And it also removes this territory over to the right from their income. Not so great now because the peasant only has an income of 1, so this can sustain it. But these knights have an income of, or have a wage, I guess, of 4, or I thought it was 3. We're gonna find out for sure. We're gonna move this guy up to connect those, and then what I think we're going to do, it would be nice to know. I wonder if this is up. If this has the updated wage now. This is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21. 21, and we have 4 peasants and a knight. I guess I could deduct those from just the wages. I don't know that that's actually accurate, though. Alright, so we're just going to expand out these smaller territories here. I have a feeling that this green guy is going to get a knight this turn, or on his next turn. So what we're going to do is we're going to invade him like this, kill his peasant. Now, it could be a problem. So it could be a problem if this brown tries to go in and cut us off here. It just could happen. So I think the way we get around that is we place a peasant there, go here, and then our guy up here can move. I have no hopes for this particular territory. I have a feeling it's probably going to... And you see I get cut off there. Which is fine. That is not a big deal. I don't think. And you can see brown has expanded out quite a bit. What we're going to do... this green here. Now what that's going to do is this peasant has nothing to give him income now, so he's just going to starve to death. I know, super positive sounding game, doesn't it? Now here we're gonna make a knight here, which again totally eliminates that encampment from the game. And there's no easy way for green to come back in and get those, which is good for us. Then our knight here, I kind of just want to leave him here and just sort of use my peasants to...
No!
Ooh, no. To fill out some of these weaker areas so that we don't get, like, totally screwed over. So we're going to do that, I think. And this guy, we're going to put out... Ooh, I kind of like the idea of this. Kind of like that idea. I have a feeling this little peninsula here is going to get cut off. Actually, we definitely don't want my knight up here to be cut off, which he definitely could be. So we're going to strengthen that up a little. Instead, because I don't really care about losing these 4. That's not a big deal. What I do care about is losing the unit. We're going to have guys to move, but that's okay, because this knight here is acting as a barrier. And so yeah, there you go, we got cut off. And that's fine. So honestly, brown extended too much, and is paying the price for it. So, and I think this tan guy here has made the same mistake. So what we do is that. And now our income is, we have 5 income to spare. What we're going to do, because I don't necessarily want or need more units right now. We're going to gobble up some more brown. We are going to strengthen this side. And then we're going to put a castle here, because I'm not going to be able to extend this way for a while, because I would need another unit upgrade. And that's just a bit too much for me. We kind of just need to expand our territory a little bit more before we can afford that. Which is fine. Like, it's okay to play this a little slow. And I put the castle there to prevent their knights from going down here, which it seems to have worked. It doesn't look like we lost any territory in that, which is huge. Now, what we're going to start doing before we move into Tan here, we need to kind of clear out these graves, because these graves will become trees. And trees grow every turn to adjacent squares, or hexes, I suppose. So what we're going to do is, our income is good. I could make another knight. We are going to clear out these trees. We're going to throw this guy here. I don't think... Ooh, even though... A big part of me is tempted by cutting off Tan's supplies here. A big old part of me is contemplating doing that. I don't think we are, though. I think we're just going to slowly work down this here with this knight. And then I'm going to move this knight in here. I would like to have this knight free. What I'm considering doing is throwing a castle there or here. I think here's probably better to defend my peasants. For the same reason, I don't want to have to like move in on these guys yet because I can't afford the unit upgrade, and I would like my knight to go do stuff. Namely, work on this front here to keep the trees from moving in, which would be bad. That is kind of annoying me, considering just turning sounds off entirely. Alright, so now we're going to work on trees. It's not terrible to have a neutral tree if you can guarantee that it's going to move towards your opponents. But I don't have that right now. So we are going to make a bit of a risky play then. Not that. We're going to do that. We're going to put my knight here to prevent myself from being cut off entirely. We may make another knight. Probably will make another knight. Then, well, will I? I don't have I have a couple open knights. Building any peasants. Because I do have a weakness here. The thing is, I can't necessarily move this knight because I need him to defend this. So what I'm going to do, again, it's risky, but we're going to put a peasant here. Well, that's not risky at all. Because I want to start, he's got 2 knights now, which is a problem. We just want to pull a knight from this side because I want to keep him from getting too powerful. And then we're just going to put another peasant here. Or do I do that? Ooh, I'm seeing a weakness now, and that's weaknesses here. Can I afford... I cannot. I was thinking like maybe I could afford like a castle here, but I don't want to undo my whole turn, and I don't think it's necessarily a game-losing error. So what you can do is just fortify my, or just increase my income a little bit by picking up that territory. So that's huge. Wiping out Tan's forces like that is really good. So we're just going to move from the left to the right here. So we can afford 2 peasants or a castle. And I'm erring on the side of castle right now. Idea being, again, I can't encroach here, but what I can do is slowly take his stuff. I like his stuff, and I would like his stuff to be my stuff. I'm also seeing an opportunity here to do this. Not huge, and I don't think it's going to mean that much, but it could. So what we're gonna do that. We're gonna drop a castle here, and then we're gonna pick this up. Again, we want to avoid trees coming through here, so we're gonna eliminate that. We're gonna use my last guy here. Pick that up. And I'm not worried about this territory cutting me off anywhere, because if they cut me off, they can't cut me off here with one guy. It'll take them too long. And they can't cut me off here for the same reason. I've just got them walled in too much. The next thing we want to do, so he's got a peasant here, which is a problem. So I'm not going to make any moves that are too crazy. Just going to do that. And then we're going to leave this guy here. He might get gobbled by a knight, but I kind of don't care. And that we're just going to leave do its thing. Let's see. So he did get gobbled by a knight, which is fine. Not the biggest of deals. So now I do kind of have to worry about dark green up here. And I need to worry about tan here. I think those are my biggest threats. Tan is going to have a forest problem soon. So the quickest way to make his day bad is that. Ooh, we're going to have a problem here too. Just the fact that they have a dude here. So let's just drop a castle here, just so I don't have to think about it. Ugh, and brown dropped a castle there, which is really annoying. But they're using their money on that rather than anything else, which like is fine. So we're gonna drop a knight there and a knight there, which should prevent these guys from getting cut off. It might not, but you know, them's the risks we take. So we're gonna drop a knight up here, and we're gonna have him start moving through there. As far as these guys go, I could afford another knight. I could also afford a unit upgrade at this point, which might make my life quite a bit easier. I actually think, isn't there a thing that shows? Yeah, here we go. So knights are 6. I think these are dukes, 18, and the kings are 54. So I could afford a duke. I'm trying to determine at this point if it's worth it. Because we could go duke up, and then knight, and they can't do anything. Hopefully that doesn't kill me. But the math is not that hard. The math is not that hard. So interestingly, they put a castle there, which like is probably a good decision. Hang on, do I get blocked off by doing this? I think I might, because I can take this square if I go here. So we play slow, and that's fine. Because yeah, these guys can't push up anywhere, which is good. Current balance, current wages. I could afford another duke. I could also just do this. Just to cut off as much as possible. I don't think I need a duke yet. He got screwed over there, which is great. We love to see it. Ooh, that's not what we want. We wanted that. In fact, actually, we want this. Because, again, we don't really care if we lose a peasant. I have no more moves, and I think I am okay. And we've got... The tree strategy is backfiring. The neutral tree strategy, that is. This. Chop up his territory a little bit, and he is no longer a threat. I think he's not been a threat for a few rounds. And I honestly think we're going to get a surrender vote here very soon. So what we're going to do, we're just going to go through and reinforce a bunch of that territory with or better yet, because what I'm worried about is getting chopped up myself. And I think, actually, I don't need to do that even. I could do this and defend those up there. And then we can start moving these guys forward. And move this. And that, yep, there's the surrender. And we accept. And that's our first done. I'm going to be on this series for a while, and we're going to have a good time. Just seeing what to offer. That was obviously one of the easier ones. I know that once you start getting into these, some of these later, even A names on this page, like this one at the end is just a pain in the butt. But should be a bunch of interesting puzzles. If you're interested, feel free to stick around. I'm going to be uploading these for a while. Have a great day, guys.